Welcome to the 2025 ISC World Tournament. Blair Center, Joe Todd. We are about to get underway, Joe. This is the one we have been waiting for all season. It's the ISC World Tournament. Georgian Bay Giants visitors will be taking on the Lacey A's, the first in a series of broadcasts for you, not just this afternoon, but the whole week here on the ISC Network and Softball Premier TV.
Really looking forward to this great game, too, between the Georgian Giants and the Lacey A's from Olympia, Washington. I think it's going to be a great matchup, Blair.
Yeah, this is number 16 versus number 17 in the rankings. Two evenly matched teams. And, Joe, you look at the season that these two teams have had. They have been in a lot of tournaments between the two of them, and they always tend to be in the top one or two. These A's have won a couple of events this year. Georgian Bay seems like, Joe, they're the perennial bridesmaid. And we'll touch on how the season has gone for a couple of them over the course of the afternoon. Leading off for the Georgian Bay Giants, the visitors, is Troy Barfoot. He'll be followed by Mac Mulvey. Then Monty Rysavy from the Czech Republic is third, waiting G. Andrew Van Boekel for the Giants in the 5 spot, 8th yard, Amy Hellier, Cole McDougall, and in the 9 hole, Enzo Sharamonte for the Giants. Defensively, for the Lacey A's, out left field is Darcy Walushka, center Pat Sagal, Christian Knight is in right field. Around the horn, it's Nikolai Elner, Ryuji Okawa, Ian Sagal, and Ben Edgington for the A's. Tyson Barkman, British Columbia, will be on the board for Lacey, and he'll be pitching to Boston Cole. Tyson Barkman, Joe, comes in with a good pedigree.
Yes, had a lot of experience. He was actually on part of that Team Canada pool at one time too, wasn't he?
He was indeed. He was the top pitcher in the Bob Law tournament in Vancouver, which the Lacey A's were the victors in earlier this year. Throws hard. He's got good stuff up and down. This is going to be a really good matchup, Joe. You've got two different styles of pitchers. Tyson Barkman comes right at you. And Yuya Yamawaki, who's going to be on the board for the Giants, he's not going to blow the ball by you, but he's got great spin, great control, his stuff.
One of the things that I really look forward to when I go to a tournament is facing teams that I've never faced before too. So just that edge is always there. You're looking forward to a good game. You don't know anything about each other than the reputation that we've seen on social media. So this is going to be a great matchup. We're going to be only a couple of minutes away from opening pitch.
Yeah, not too far now, and we'll just ask our audience. Heard from a couple of folks that the voice levels were a little low. Let us know how that is working for you now, if you would, please. Troy Barfoot set to lead off for the Georgian Bay Giants. And, Joe, it's been a hitter's season all year long in this game.
Yes, the hitters have had that advantage that we've noticed in all the tournaments that we've been through. And that's been probably 6 tournaments now. Just seem to have that edge.
First pitch, ball 1 on the outside corner. 1:58, about to be 1:59, Joe. So Central Time, and we've just started about 75 seconds early.
Love that.
In for a strike from Tyson Barkman. Again, if you're just getting in with us here on the ISC Network and Softball Premier TV, Blair Setford, Joe Todd, pleased to be with you. The 2025 ISC World Tournament. We've been waiting all season for this one. It's been a short season, but we've been waiting for it. Now we're here. We are just underway. We're about 3 pitches in. Tyson Barkman out on the board for the Lacey A's. Troy Barfoot at the plate for the Georgian Bay Giants. This is the number 16 ranked Giants, number 17 Lacey A's, and that one's fouled straight off into the screen. It is a warm and muggy day here in Mankato, Minnesota. It's 30 Celsius. That is mid to upper 80s Fahrenheit. There's definitely humidity around here, but it's a high sky. We've got some fluffy clouds. And, Joe, we've got a hint of a breeze that's going to be blowing out, looks like basically to straightaway center field, just judging by the flag off to our left.
Yeah, the flags haven't been moving too much, but hopefully that picks up. I'd love to have that little breeze. It's going to be a nice break for us up here.
Well, it's we're secondary, of course. Let's worry about the players first and foremost. Barkman in for a strike and gets Troy Barfoot looking.
Barkman really worked that outside portion of the plate, and then he moved inside, really surprised Barfoot.
Mac Mulvey to the plate, the center fielder for Georgian Bay. Real good young ball player out of, what would you call that, Joe? The Bruce Peninsula area, I guess?
Yeah. I think he's Chatsworth. Chatsworth? Chatsworth. Yes, he is. Pretty sure he is. I'm sure we'll find out. Mulvey following that ball off the end of the bat.
Good rise ball from Barkman and foul tip right into the glove off the bat of Mulvey. So 2 up and 2 strikeouts for Tyson Barkman here, top of the first inning. Monty Ricevy, Joe, the ISC 2 newcomer of the year a couple of years ago with the Pueblo Bandits, made the move over to the Giants. This is his second year with them, and he's played a lot of ball while he's been over here in North America. They have, on the weeks off from the Giants, they go to other tournaments and get as many games in as they can. Want to say hello to our friend Jakub Kopriva back in Prague in the Czech Republic. Thank you for the guide that you sent to us. Much appreciated. Ricevy, like I said, 3rd season here in North America and making the most out of it.
Well, you love to pick up that kind of experience that you're playing every weekend. He also plays up in the Blue Water Fastball League, the league games too.
During the week. He's the catcher for Georgian Bay. A real strong arm from this young man behind the dish. That's a dead ball at the plate. Just picking up a hint of that breeze here right now here at Caswell Park, North Mankato, right on the outside corner. Strikes out the side for Tyson Barkman here in the top of the first inning. ISC World Tournament, we are underway. Come right back with us for the bottom of the first.
Let's talk about a local one-stop shop. Live Well for Life is just that, a fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web at livewellforlifeinc.com or give
Live Well for Life, a proud sponsor of the broadcast program.
Back here for the bottom of the first inning. Leading off for the Lacey A's, it'll be Nikolai Elsner. Third baseman, Ryuji Okawa from the Japan national team, fresh off a terrific appearance at the World Cup in Prince Albert 2 weeks ago. Pat Sagnall, that's in the 3 spot. Christian Knight, cleanup. Ben Edgington, Darcy Walushka, Boston Pohl, the catcher, that's 7th. Ian Sagnall, 8th, and Jason Groh, the designated player for the Lacey A's, hits 9th. Defensively for Georgian Bay, Cole McDougall in left, Mulvey in center, Aiden Yard is over in right field. And then around the horn, Enzo Sharamonte, Andrew Van Bokel, Wade Kiwajishig, Troy Barfoot's over at first. It's Yuya Yamawaki on the board and pitching to Mati Reishavy. And Joe, very distinct pitching motion from Yuya Yamawaki. Real good spin on the ball. He's got good velocity, but he's not going to throw it by anybody.
So he's really got to pick the corners.
But his stuff moves, and that's the important part. It moves late, too. And he does get a lot of strikeouts, a lot of swing and misses. There you see the arm from Reishavy. Fantastic complex here, Joe, at Caswell Sports Complex in North Mankato, Minnesota. This is a 4-diamond pinwheel, and then there's another 2 diamonds beyond right field on our diamond here. So 6 fields in total. We'll be using 4 of them for the 2025 ISC World Tournament. Misses downstairs from Yamawaki. Ball 1 to Nikolai Elsner.
Our umpiring crew for today's game: behind the plate, Trevor Topping from Kitchener, Ontario. At first base, Kevin Wallace from Shipment, Illinois. And at third base, Abel Chapa from Escobedo, Mexico.
Truly an international crew, Joe, and certainly reflective of the game here, too. We've got Europe represented. We've got Asia represented. North America, South America. Swing and a miss from Elsner. I think we're just missing Africa and Antarctica. Well, maybe Australia and New Zealand, too. Do we have any Kiwis or Aussies in this one? We don't in this one, but there's plenty of them here in the tournament. 5 of the 7 continents represented. We had 6 at one point, but our representative from Africa unable to make the event. Well, we got a shot at this one, Joe. That's right into our wheelhouse, and that's going to fall down about 7 feet in front of us.
We could potentially get one here, Blair.
Yeah, well, I'm sure when Peter Labardius gets here, there'll be a plethora of balls making their way into the broadcast position. Peter, the ball magnet. Just off the outside corner to Elsner.
Yeah, Milwaukee's having a tough time reaching that plate right now. 3-1 count.
3-2.
3-2.
Yeah, I think you forgot the foul ball that just missed us.
Yeah.
Another foul ball at the plate. Temporary fences across the outfield. They're all set at 250 feet. That's the standard distance for home run fences here in the ISC. That one is way foul down the right side. There's a tree there, though, Joe, that's going to knock a lot of them down.
Yes.
That should keep balls near the park at least. I was told this park has been here for close to 30 years, Joe, and you can tell by the trees. Those are not brand new trees, which they'll be providing some shade, and there's already some tents set up. And down on strikes goes Nikolai Elsner. Good little off-speed pitch from Yuya Yamawaki. So now, Joe, 2 years ago, you really wouldn't be able to say this, but here's a Japan pitcher facing a Japan batter here in the ISC.
Very great to see.
Team Japan, just in the last 2 years, really, opening up the doors for their players to come over and play here in North America to get exposure to the ISC tournament circuit. And last year with the Oma Tigre, there were 3 Japan players. Yamawaki only pitched the World Tournament for the Giants, but this year, Joe, he was over here for 3 tournaments earlier in the season.
Yeah, came over, made a big commitment. Well, it's been a pitching performance so far in the game. 4 strikeouts, 4 batters.
It's early, but you are absolutely correct in our prediction that the hitters were ahead of the pitchers. Well,
out that window.
So far, dead wrong.
Does that mean it's pretty close to you and Kyle's preview show?
Yeah, we're right up there with some of the preview shows that we did. We got some individual stuff right, but not a lot of stuff right on the team side. Of course, if you did miss it, if you were away on vacation or otherwise missed it, Venezuela defeating New Zealand in the championship game of the recently completed World Cup. That's fouled off at the plate. That event, Joe, really showcased the parity in the game at the top level. And most of those players, not all, because the Venezuelan players, sadly, by and large, are not here. There's a smattering of Japan players here, but a lot of the Kiwis here, a lot of the Aussies are here. This one is poked out to right. Aiton Yard will go back near the fence, but not all the way to it, and wheel that one in for the second out of the inning.
So we have our first hit ball today anyway.
Yes. Pat Sagdahl, a former ISC batting leader, former member of Team USA, took a few years off from the game, but back here with the Lacey A's the past couple of seasons. Great to see Pat back in uniform.
Pat was always a good stick back in the day.
And one of the guys, Joe, who played high school baseball and maybe college baseball and then made the transition into Fastpitch. And what a great opportunity for guys who are willing to put in that commitment, keep playing competitive ball. And that's the type of player that we need to continue to grow this game back in the U.S.
Love to see that. More and more players coming from that game over 2 hours.
In for a strike. I don't think that pitch was where Reichevi really wanted it. You saw Yamawaki pat himself on the chest. Reichevi was set outside, rather. He had to reach back for it. Oh, real good drop ball down and in to Pat Sagdahl. 2 out of the 3 outs are strikeouts. Through 1 complete. It's a pitcher's duel so far. Giants coming back to the plate in the second. Called strike 3, the outside corner. They weren't going to that. Yeah. High in the air, Viavazo comes to get it, and the Chiefs are back to the top of the mountain. The gloves fly. The celebration is underway. Boom. And Joe, there you get a look at Caswell Sports Park, 4 Diamonds. Beautiful facility here. We are on top of that central building. Overlooking what is actually Diamond 2 here, but this is going to be the primary diamond for the week. It's got stadium seating, as does Diamond 1, but this is a little bit more conducive for the streaming, so it was selected for that particular honor. And what a great promo reel by Luciano Lafrano, who, I don't know where he found the time to put that together. Last night, I guess, when you should have been sleeping, put that together. Just a tremendous highlight reel. Thank you for that, my friend. Gracias.
Great job by the Softball Premier TV team.
Wade Kiwajishig for the Georgian Bay Giants. Kiwajishig, Van Boekel, and Yard. And Joe, I want to confer with you. I believe it's Van Boekel, is that correct?
Van Boekel.
Van Boekel, thank you. I thought I had that right, just wanted to be sure. Aiden Yard, 4, 5, and 6 for the Giants. Wade is one of those guys, Joe, seems to play every day, every weekend with somebody. If he's not here with the Giants, he's with the Saugeen Thunderbirds.
I know he's played a couple of games last week in Redmond.
He plays a lot. Pitches, plays the outfield, and hits exceptionally well. There's a line shot out to right field, and right on cue, Wade Kiwajishig picks up the first hit of the game for the Georgian Bay Giants, a solid single.
Nice level swing there by Kiwajishig.
Number 72.
Andrew Van Boekel now to the plate. A lot of good young players on this team. Van Boekel, Aiden Yard, part of the Toronto Batman U23 program. They won the Ontario Eliminations a couple of weeks back. So they'll represent Ontario at the Canadian U23 Championship. That's going to be in Kitchener along with the men's Canadians. And I guess the Masters men's Canadians as well. That's the 40 and over age group. We have the 50 and over here. There's a bunt. Good one. Barkman over to first. And a good sacrifice bunt. Joe Todd, I know you love your bunting, and you're cheering internally for that one.
Well, he just turned on his back foot, kept the bat level, and just laid it out there. Great fielding by Barkman, too.
So runner in scoring position for Aiden Yard. And these are the plays and the times, Joe, that you need your players to come up clutch here. High hopper out on the infield. Ian Sagdahl looks back, Kiwajishig. Hayden Hellier to the plate. Hayden, one of the organizers and team leaders behind this Georgian Bay Giants squad. Pete McDougall, the coach. Cole McDougall, Pete's son, is out over coaching first right now. Those two are real veterans up in that Wiarton area. They were involved with the Wiarton Nationals team, of course, that won ISC 2 back in 2015. Played in the championship game in 2013, I believe,
14?
as well.
Yep.
Yeah. In for a strike on the outside corner. But Hayden is quite involved with this team, the team leader, the contact, and he's the one that put this whole program together. And my hat's off to him, because in a very short period of time, Joe, go back to the Ontario Challenge Cup, which was the fall qualifier, the September qualifier in Ontario, and that is where Georgian Bay Giants made their debut. So September 2022. And in that time, they've played in 2 ISC 2 championship games. They've played in a division championship game in the ISC qualifier, Canada East qualifier.
Every year, the team just seems to
get a little
notch better.
A little bit better. And that's what you want, those incremental improvements. And like I said, my hat's off to Hayden, because he's done a real nice job with this squad. But, as we said off the top, and I know Hayden, he said this to me, so I'm comfortable saying it on the air. He wants to win one of these things, too. He's tired of being the bridesmaid. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hellier.
Barkman's really working that outside corner to the left-handed batter, so I'd say sharp on that left-hand side of the infield.
Well, when in doubt, down and out, as Patty Shannon used to say. As you said, that's a good pitch for him right now. That's certainly where the setup is, but that one's well off the plate. Just getting started with the 2025 ISC World Tournament. We had the managers and coaches meeting a little bit earlier this morning from 11 to 11:30. Covered a lot of ground. That one on the outside corner, that wasn't one that Hayden wanted. But we'll pick up all the prep work that goes into a World Tournament when we get back.
Welcome to Mont Hill Golf and Country Club. With our beautiful 27-hole golf course open to the public, we work tirelessly to ensure your time with us is second to none. Well, here you'll be able to enjoy an incredible dining experience at our very own Big Pete's Steakhouse. Play some of the best courses in the world with our state-of-the-art golf simulators. Upgrade your gear with the top brands at our pro shop, or host a stunning wedding, event, or conference inside one of our beautiful ballrooms. Learn all this and more at monthill.ca. We can't wait to see you soon.
Back here on the ISC Network and Softball Premier TV, Wade Q and G-Shake Joe Todd, a solid single. Gets sacked up to second, but that's as far as the Georgian Bay Giants could move him. We'll go to the home half of the second here for the Lacey A's. But certainly the pitching, Joe, despite what we thought, a little ahead of the batters here, at least in the early going.
Yes, so far they've had the upper hand. They've been right around the plate, very close to the plate, so throwing a lot of strikes in this game.
Well, that's what you'd like to see. One of the things that has been, let's call it a plague so far, to be charitable, is the length of games. And I mentioned before the break about the ISC coaches and managers meeting, and when we talked to the teams about hustling on and off the field and having players ready to do the warm-up pitchers if the catcher wasn't ready, and a number of items. But boy, we don't need to take 2 hours and 58 minutes to play a 7-inning game.
It's not fun for the fans watching in the stands, and we like to get that flow of the game going.
And listen, you know what? In an 11-9 ball game with 9 pitching changes between the two teams, I get it.
Yeah,
that is going to take a long time to play. But your average ball game,
4-2, 5-3,
should not be a 3-hour affair. And that one, Joe, just took a bite out of a fan underneath that tree over there down the right side.
Gonna have to stay sharp here.
Yes, well, they made that announcement in between the innings. Keep your head on a swivel, because right now, while this is the only diamond underway, we're going to get the rest of the diamonds into action in the next cycle. This is the sole attraction right now. Coming up at 4 o'clock, it's going to be the STK fastball squad from Kamloops in British Columbia. They'll be taking on the Seattle Dirt Dogs. And now that is a late substitute, and I'll tell you why here in a second, as that one misses upstairs from Yuya Yamawaki. In today's day and age of travel, the AHI Reapers have got half a dozen guys stuck on the tarmac in Chicago. Now, I know, and you know, what that feels like. It's painful.
Yes.
Because you want to go. And Chicago Airport is Chicago Airport. If my advice to all of you in the audience, don't fly through Chicago. So, the Reapers came to us with this situation, and we were able to make a scheduling adjustment. And then, listen, we want the games to be played.
Yeah.
Nobody's looking for a forfeit.
No.
Nobody is looking for a walkover. They're playing the water-down hammer. That's foul ball down the third base side to Sharamonte. So water-down agreed. The Reapers were very grateful, and I saw that on social media. They said thanks. That game will be moved tonight to 8 o'clock. That's why we've got STK in Seattle at 4 o'clock. And thank you to those two teams
For their
for
cooperation.
moving, because their game was 5 o'clock and we moved it up to 4 o'clock. It's easier, I think you and I both know as veterans running tournaments, it's easier to move a game later. When you got to bring a game forward, there's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah. Yeah, Milwaukee's throwing a lot of pitches this inning.
Well, it's a good at bat here by Christian Knight. He's seen a lot of pitches. Change up down low, able to hold back. And that's a good at bat from Christian Knight. Shows you why he's in the cleanup spot.
Number 15.
Ben Edgington now to the dish. Ben was the top hitter in that Ben Law tournament back in Vancouver in mid-June. That was the Father's Day weekend in June. And great to see Vancouver getting more events back on the schedule. And talk to Brian Aratus from Surrey, British Columbia, who was part of the host committee at last year's ISC World Tournament at Softball City. This one is drilled to center. And going back and making the grab out near the fence was Mac Mulvey. He got a little of a late break on it, Joe, but he got the read right at least anyway and had to reach up and make the grab. But a line shot to center by Ben Edgington.
Great concentration by Mulvey to back up there. Always keep his eye on that ball.
Yamawaki wants a different ball. Well, Darcy Walushka to the plate. And if you're thinking, Walushka, don't I know that name? Well, you do. Chris Walushka, a longtime member of the Canadian national team. And I believe is going to be here this week with the Grand Prairie Pirates.
I think so, yes. He was on the roster.
And that guy was Mr. Versatility. He could play short, he could play second base, all three outfield positions. Yamawaki over the shoulder, and Kiwajishig was late getting to the bag, Joe, but I think they got him at first, or did they not? They did
he
not.
was safe. He was safe at first.
Okay.
I think I'm giving him a base hit.
Well, I think you have to because they made the play and they didn't get him. But you see Kiwajishig was well over, and he's got to concentrate on the ball and never did step on the base. You saw it on the replay. Great job on the replay from Luciano and Carol Dureste on our action cam. Carol is, Joe, 6.5, 7 feet off to our left?
Yes. Yamawaki also had to worry about throwing that ball over top of the runner.
Yeah, went right over his shoulder. Going to bunt again, it looks like. Boston Pole pulls it back. Nobody covering second right now. Kiwajishig came over to first, as he should, on the bunt. And that was a healthy lead out there by Christian Knight. So a little bit of trouble here for Yamawaki in the second inning. A walk, a line out, and an infield single by Darcy Walushka. And that's bringing us to Boston Pole. Boston was on the ISC2 All-Tournament team 2 years ago when the Lacey A's were third.
Had a good tournament with the stick of that tournament.
Snap throw down and just about got him. I think he got the hand in, Joe, and the tag was up on the upper arm. But boy, not by much. We're going to see it here on the replay. You see the gun from Reichevy. And you can see the tag is up in the armpit area. The hand is on the bag. There's no replay here. They had that in the World Cup a couple of weeks ago. There's no replay here at the ISC World Tournament. Our umpires got it right from the get-go. Kevin Wallace, one of the best there is. Trevor Topping, great job behind the plate. And a newcomer for us, Joe, Abel Chapa from Mexico, our international umpire here this week. There's an umpire here from Germany, too. I met him at breakfast this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Long look in here from Yamawaki. Little flare on the infield. Then Bokel pulls that down for the second out. So Ian Sagdal, Pat's brother, will come to the dish. Called a strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, Milwaukee's just got to be very careful now with that runner in scoring position. Want to shut that door. You never want to be that team that gives up that first run.
Swing through, and again a snap throw down, and they got him this time. We talked about the arm of Matti Reichevi behind the plate and wandering off the base a little too far this time. Christian Knight. What a throw.
Great arm.
Catcher, inch by inch, we'll fight to make the lives of First Nations people in this community, this province, and on this continent better. I know we have a long way to go, but I'm proud to say as long as our people have a need, Dreamcatcher will be there for them.
Enzo Sharamonte, and then back to the top of the shop for Troy Barfoot for the Georgian Bay Giants in the top of the third inning. And Joe, what a way to get out of that jam and we're told here it's Reichevi, thanks to Jakub Kapriva. And boy, it's quite the setup that he's watching back at home in the Czech Republic, in Czechia. Matti Reichevi. You'd think after all these years of Czech hockey players, you and I could know all these. Cole McDougall, veteran from up in the Bruce Peninsula. Talked about his years with the Wiarton Nationals. Right back to the screen. It's okay, there's a screen there.
Yeah.
Saw you.
No, I was catching.
Oh, you had it, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You let me know how that works out. That's your throwing hand when you throw out your left hand.
Yeah.
I don't want you to sprain a digit or anything.
Okay.
Just misses downstairs from Tyson Barkman. Last year with the Prince George River Kings, and threw a couple of really good games. And the River Kings kind of snake bit last year in the ISC World Tournament, ended up down in ISC 2. And if memory serves, picked up maybe one win, but they lost a lot of close games.
Yes. Few of the players from Prince George are on the SDK lineup, I think.
Yes. Cole McDougall will scamper down to first base on the walk.
Number 2,
Sharamonte from Argentina. This is his second or third, I think third season with the Giants. And he comes up here early in the spring. He gets the bunt down. It's a good one. Spin and toss to first. Ben Edgington makes the nice play.
Great sacrifice bunt down by Charamonte. Advancing McDougall down to second base now with the top of the order coming up.
In for a strike to Troy Barfoot.
Caught Barfoot looking at a third strike last time.
That one misses outside. So, Joe, I think both of these teams anticipating a bit of a pitcher's duel, and certainly Georgian Bay at least willing to play some small ball.
.33 pitches, sir, for Barkman so far in the game.
In for a strike, and Barfoot was showing bunt too. That had everybody crashing in. Elsner from third was pounding the dirt. Oh, chases one up and away. Troy Barfoot not going to be happy with that at bat.
Fifth strikeout for Barkman.
Barkman wants time. Mulvey down swinging his first trip back in the first. Get another look at Barkman here in the third. And in for a strike. That rise ball, Joe, looks like it's got a little bit of a tail on it too. He starts that just off the outside corner to the lefty, and it seems to break in a bit.
Well, he's had that top part of the orders books right now. 3 strikeouts back in that first inning. Barkman's bearing down right now. Really concentrating. Making sure that runner stays at second base.
That one misses just off the outside corner. Couldn't get that one to bend back over. Two and two count. Second time the Giants have had a runner out to second base. Now, did Mac Mulvey lose his jersey? Because the name banner on the back says Bonds. So did they have to go out and buy one for him?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the Giants, it's a pretty common jersey. You can go get one.
Yeah.
That gets through the catcher and down to third base scampers Cole McDougall on the pass ball. Boston Pole couldn't keep that one in front of him. And it's not a deep fence, but it's enough to be able to advance a base for sure.
Yeah.
It would be a tight play at the plate, I'm going to suggest. And when you can get somebody to chase the rise ball upstairs like that, it's academic. Good job by Tyson Barkman to close the door. The Giants strand a runner at third. We'll go to the home half of 3. Lacey A's coming back up to the plate, still scoreless.
Let's talk about a local one-stop shop. Live Well for Life is just that, a fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web at livewellforlifeinc.com or give
Live Well for Life, a proud sponsor of the broadcast program.
Ian Sagdahl, Jason Groh, and then back to the top of the shop for Nikolai Elsner for the Lacey A's here at the bottom of the third inning. And Joe, these two teams have taken turns now getting a couple of runners into scoring position the last couple of half innings, but no result to show for it. And you're just waiting for somebody to make that key hit.
Both teams have one hit so far in the game. Both pitchers have been sharp.
Chopper on the infield. Sharamonte pulls Barfoot off the bag with the high throw. Was on the run and rushed it a little bit, and you'll see it on the replay here. Barfoot definitely off the bag.
Yeah, he had to go up to catch the ball. Yeah, he just didn't plant his feet. He had plenty of time.
Showing some good wheels is Ian Sagdahl. E5 on the play, at least in my book anyway.
Yeah, mine too.
And we'll come to the 9-batter, Jason Groh, the designated player. He turns and squares and fouls this one off. Now, back in the day, Joe, our good friend, our late lamented friend, J.R. Williamson, and his team out of Yakima, Washington. And there was a Troy Groh who played on that team. And this is in the same neck of the woods. I'm suspecting, because Jason looks like a younger player.
Yeah.
I'm suspecting a family affair.
One of the pitchers on that JRW team, Dave Drotzman, is one of the coaches of Lacey A's.
That's right. He started out with the JRW squad going back to 2006, I want to say. Eventually moved over to the California Lumber Kings as we reach way back into the memory banks for the ISC 2 days. Swinging away with Sagdahl up to second base. Joe, believe it or not, in the 79-year history of the ISC World Tournament, it's the first time we've come to Minnesota as the host.
Yeah. Interesting.
I was really surprised by that, because, and particularly even here, that one gets through the wickets of Reichevy, And up to third now is Ian Sagdal with nobody out here in the inning. So Yamawaki is going to have some work to do. But teams like Happy Chef from Mankato here, St. Paul have had numerous good teams over the years. I'm surprised that the ISC World Tournament had never been hosted in Minnesota prior to this year. Down on strikes goes Jason Groh. And we've talked about coming to this facility off and on for several years. And Brett Legler, who's one of our ISC commissioners, did a lot of legwork in lining this up with the Mankato group, and a great drive. Great amount of work by Brett.
Thank you. It's a nice part of the country, and we like to share this game. The more we can move it around and expose it, the better off we are.
Swing and a miss by Nikolai Elsner. Nikolai was down on strikes in the first. Chops at it like he wanted to just slap that through the infield, but just ends up with the foul ball. Joe, you talked about moving the tournament around. Next year, of course, we'll be in Kitchener, Ontario. Haven't been there since 2018. There were a couple of attempts to bring the tournament back to Kitchener. Swing through.
Nice drop ball.
Good pitch from Yamawaki to get the second out of the inning. Kitchener was supposed to host in 21, and due to all of the pandemic restrictions still in place in Ontario at the time, and they've issued the intentional walk there to Ryuji Okawa, and that's not a bad play. But now you're pitching to an ex-national team member. So a current Japan national team member now to an ex-USA national team member, but was down on strikes. And I mean, honestly, Yuya Yamawaki probably pitches a dozen times a year or more to Ryuji Okawa.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure Pat Sagdal's never seen him until the first inning. So go with the unfamiliarity. This misses off the outside corner. Rich Haldane chiming in. Troy Groh is Jason's dad. So we got one right, Joe.
Yes.
We got one right. Ian Sagdal is out at third base. He reached on an error and then advanced around on a couple of pass balls. Jason Groh down on strikes. Nikolai Elsner down on strikes. Ryuji Okawa, the intentional base on balls. And that brings us to Pat Sagdal. 2-1. And that one is punched through the 5.5 hole. Good job of hitting by Sagdal. And up to third base goes Okawa as he goes first to third. So Lacey A's get a key base hit and strike first here in the bottom of the third. And they're out in front 1-0 on that RBI single by Pat Sagdal. Number 11, Christian Knight. This is a good bit of hitting, Joe. Inside pitch and pulls it through the hole.
Yeah, just willing to go with that pitch. Willing to take it the other way, so.
Christian Knight at the plate, walked, got to second, and got to witness the arm strength of Monty Rishavy. And you're right, I said that Sagdo pulled that ball, but you're right, he's a lefty and he went the other way with that. Down and in to Christian Knight. Rich Haldane must have found time to clone himself because everything that he's doing here, and he's still keeping tabs on the game as well. I don't know how he's managing to do that.
Well, it's important for Yamawaki and the Giants to shut the door here now. You don't want to get this game to kind of get out of hand. It's going to be a low-scoring game, I feel.
Well, right down in the inside corner to Christian Knight. Trevor Topping rings him up. 3 strikeouts in the inning, but the Lacey A's break the goose egg. RBI single to Pat Sagdo. We'll go to the top of the 4th. Joe, we're halfway through.
Sure.
Called strike 3, the outside corner. They weren't out of that.
Yeah.
High in the air, Viavazo comes to get it, and the Chiefs are back to the top of the mountain. The gloves fly. The celebration is underway. Rishavy, Kiwajishig, and Van Bokel. 3-4-5 for the Georgian Bay Giants.
Georgian Bay have to find a way to get something going here. Just with 1 hit so far in the game. Barkman with 6 strikeouts and the 1 walk. Just 1 batter has reached third base for the Georgian Bay Giants.
Strike on the inside corner from Barkman. He's done a good job, Joe. That particular corner, whether it's inside to righties or outside to lefties, he has picked that apart.
Yeah. Done a great job of picking the corners, just as you just said, yeah. He's...
Well, and he got Rishavy to chase that one, too. Brought it a little further inside, even.
It's been a great sequence of pitches right now. See what he's got to come back with now, or going to come back with. He's showing him a couple different pitches.
Well, gets him with the outside rise ball, I think, off the corner. Joe, I see some action down in the Georgian Bay bullpen. Is that? Yeah, so that is Taiga Onishi, another Japan player that the Giants brought onto the roster. Wade, the only hit of the game for the Giants, had that solid single leading off the 2nd inning. Got as far as second base, but that was it. This is a guy that can change the score in a hurry. Off the glove of Barkman, and a nice easy play for the shortstop, Ryuji Okawa. Joe, there's as we know, there's a laundry list of great shortstops here in the ISC. We're going to be adding Ryuji Okawa to that before the week is out.
That was a hard hit ball there by
Wade.
Wade Kiwaju. Wade Kiwaju.
Just go with Wade.
Oh, I want to try it. Q-G shake.
There you go. Thumbs up.
Yeah, 4 syllables.
It's a lot for any of us. And honestly, you and I thought we had that one nailed because we had been told it was Kawagashi.
Yeah.
And then when I talked with Wade last year, he says, Blair, I go by Q-G shake.
Yeah.
And I had to literally, as you just did, work my way through it. It's certainly a mouthful. But we try to get it. Another high one on the infield, and good job there by Ben Edgington. Just keep it under control, get in front of the runner. And a quick 1-2-3 inning for Tyson Barkman and the Lacey A's. They'll come to plate in the home half of the fourth now with that 1-0 lead.
Welcome to Mont Hill Golf and Country Club. With our beautiful 27-hole golf course open to the public, we work tirelessly to ensure your time with us is second to none. Well, here you'll be able to enjoy an incredible dining experience at our very own Big Pete's Steakhouse. Play some of the best courses in the world with our state-of-the-art golf simulators. Upgrade your gear with the top brands at our pro shop, or host a stunning wedding, event, or conference inside one of our beautiful ballrooms. Learn all this and more at monthill.ca. We can't wait to see you soon.
Well, Joe, we'll see if the A's can pick up some confidence off the back of that RBI single by Pat Sagdal to bring in a run. Ben Edgington hit that line shot to straightaway center in his last trip.
Didn't give Yamawaki a lot of time sitting down on the bench either.
This one is out to center again. Van Boekel and gone! Just got under that and got up into the jet stream. Ben Edgington. A little higher, Joe, and a little harder this time. It gets it out of the yard.
Good hard hit ball. Just got her up there and that wind carrying that bit, but a well hit ball.
Leadoff home run here in the fourth for the Lacey A's. Doubles the lead now to 2-0. Misses inside to Darcy Walushka. Darcy had that infield single, the little chopper down towards third, I think.
Mm-hmm.
In for a strike.
More teams are coming in now and going out to use the 2 practice diamonds.
And gets Walushka tied up on a nice inside drop ball from Yamawaki. Two and two. Stays alive in the box, just reaches out, fouls that one off. Misses downstairs, Joe, and I see Yamawaki quite a bit. He brings the glove up to his eye like he's got dust or something.
Something's bothering him.
Yeah.
68 pitches so far for Yamawaki.
Full count here to Darcy Walushka. Nobody down, top of the fourth. And chopper to Sharamonte. Set the feet and then threw on the scissor kick anyway. But this was a better throw, and he gets him out.
Tony Alomar must have been his favorite player. With those little leg kicks.
Boston Pole popped up on the infield to end the second.
Yeah.
Robbie Alomar.
Robbie Alomar.
You were combining my two favorite middle infielders from the 80s,
Yeah.
the 90s really. Tony Fernandez. And
yes.
Robbie Alomar.
Yeah.
Fouled straight back to the screen. And Joe, you and I noticed this yesterday, and I was reminded of it with the bounce back from that foul ball. The screens here, it's not a metal mesh. It is a nylon, I guess. Nylon screen, and it is tight.
Very tight.
Anything like a wild pitch that's up and goes off the screen, it's going to come back in a hurry.
Yes.
You might see some runners thrown out. Good pitch down and in from Yuya Yamawaki. Great profile of Yuya Yamawaki, too. It was featured earlier today again on ISC social media. Brian Aratus, who's off to my left here in the background talking to Peter Labardius, did a great job on these player profiles in the weeks and months leading up to the season as Boston Pole down on strikes for the second out of the inning. Yuya Yamawaki was one of the featured players. There are at least a dozen of them that went up, and a great job by Brian. An opportunity to showcase some top players, but also some guys on some mid-level teams that, hey, you know what? Maybe you hadn't heard of them before and you got to learn something. And hopefully everybody enjoyed those as much as you and I did.
Yes. We still have to sell the game.
Ian Sagdal reached on an error and came in to score on the RBI single by his brother an inning ago. Good off-speed from Yamawaki.
Yamawaki's bread and butter pitch has been that drop ball.
Reaches out and fouls that one back out of play. Looks like the Kegel Black Knights making their way in.
Yep. Quite a few of them down here behind the shade.
Well, that's a good spot,
Yeah.
the shade. You want to be in the shade today. We are fortunate to be under cover.
Josh Pettit and a few of the boys.
Foul tip into the glove, but topping ass, and Kevin Wallace says he saw it bounce in the dirt, so not going to get the call. Josh, I believe, is hurt and will not be pitching this week, but good to see him here if he is.
Yep.
That's good.
Sitting down with Steve Kuzer.
Yeah, I saw Steve this morning. Steve Kuzer, of course, the old Broken Bow Travelers teams, Jarvis Travelers teams. He and Doc Simmons were quite the pair over the years and rang up a lot of championships together. Steve Kuzer, member of the Hall of Fame, and we will have the ISC Hall of Fame breakfast tomorrow morning, and I believe, Joe, we're going to be streaming it.
Yes. That'd be a great addition.
Well, we used to do that years ago, and we ran into difficulties with getting stable internet and everything else, and, you know, I know in theory it sounds easy, and maybe it is as easy as just setting up a cell phone and hitting go, but in any event, we're going to be back to that. I'm glad of it, as down on strikes goes Ian Sagdal. But a big leadoff home run by Ben Edgington has the Lacey A's now out in front 2-0 over the Georgian Bay Giants. And Joe, you blink and you missed it.
Yeah.
We're into the fifth.
Let's talk about a local one-stop shop. Live Well for Life is just that, a fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web at livewellforlifeinc.com or give
Live Well for Life, a proud sponsor of the broadcast program.
Joe, just talking in between innings about the length of games, and we're on a real good pace, and at the risk of jinxing it, only 3 hits total in the game. Georgian Bay Giants with just one of them. They need to get something going here.
Yeah,
they've had some base runners, but they haven't capitalized.
Yeah, Barkman's done a good job picking some corners and really keeping the Georgian Bay Giants bats contained.
He has left nothing down the middle.
No. Picking corners, moving the ball around, up, down. Give credit to Boston Pool, too, for calling a good game back there.
Reaches out, a good cut by Yard, but just fouls it off. You really just need some base runners here if you're the Giants. Sure, you'd love a home run, don't get me wrong, but you need to pack a couple of base runners together, then get the big fly.
Yeah, bloop, bleep, and a blast.
Swings through. Good low rise from Tyson Barkman. Misses upstairs. Good hold by Aiden Yard. Full count. To Hopper, down to third. Elsner. And that did not go the way Elsner wanted it, did it?
No. Well, that's the base runner the Georgian Bay Giants are looking for.
Exactly, and just airmailed it in and out of the glove. And I guess, Joe, I don't know, like Edgington's, he's either got to come off the bag to get that. I mean, he didn't concede an extra base.
No.
So.
I'm giving the air to the third baseman for the throw.
On the throw, I would agree. But I think you could make an argument on the receiving side, too.
Mm-hmm.
Nonetheless, as you said, that's a runner that Georgian Bay needs. Hayden Hellier at the plate. Now, they've been bunting all game. So let's see what they do here. Squares and chops at it.
Wow.
Well, if anything, Joe, it forced Elsner to only have the play at first because he had to stop on the charge.
Yeah. And good wheels by Yard to get down second base. To take that option away from him.
So Cole McDougall walked in the third. In for a strike from Barkman, and he's around the plate an awful lot, isn't he?
Well, 57 pitches so far. We're in the fifth inning, so he's done a pretty economical job.
And how many for strikes?
Didn't catch that. I'll get that for you.
Chases upstairs, goes McDougall. Can't get him to chase there.
Of the 59 pitches, 38 have been for strikes, but I don't see where you get. Did Facebook or Game Changer take that away?
No, that's what we were looking for, was how many for strikes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were looking for first pitch strikes.
No, just how many.
Sorry.
No good, no worries. All good.
Didn't Game Changer have that option? I swear they did at one time. That first pitch strike to me is a big, important stat.
It's certainly helpful. That might be in the post-game tally that you get. Little three hopper out to first. Edgington will step on the bag. Enzo Chiramonte in the 9 spot, but he handles the bat well normally, Joe. He normally will make contact. Good utility player, can play all over the infield, can play the corner positions in the outfield.
I've seen him hit the ball out of the ballpark too, so he's got some strength in those arms.
Right off the top of the screen, and that one makes its way back onto the field.
Got to get that runner in. Want to get that run on the board. Oh.
Well, you're not going to do it when you look at strike 3 on the outside corner. Another runner as far as third, but squandered through 4.5. Will go to the bottom of the 5th. We see A's with a tidy 2-0 lead. Well, you just heard it, Joe, from our PA announcer. Now into pitch for the Giants is Taiga Onishi. This will be our first look at Onishi. If you're wondering about men's fast pitch in Japan, there is a top-tier league that's got 16, 18 teams in it, and all the players from the national team are scattered throughout the various league teams. And there are players, non-Japanese players, who will come and go over the course of the season. Jack Besgrove plays on the Dewa Act team that his predecessor with the Gremlins, Andrew Kirkpatrick, pitched for Dewa for years in the Japan League.
More of a corporate style league, right?
It is. You're absolutely right. A lot of the corporations have employees who are players on the teams. And they play at least half a dozen weekends between the spring and the fall, but they're off during a lot of the summer, and I think that's what's encouraging the Japan players to apply to come over here. So first pitch from Onishi is in for a strike, but Kevin Wallace is just going to come over and make sure that he's staying in contact with the board. We talked about this at the managers' meeting. You have to have the foot primarily on the board. You can lift it like that, that's fine, but you can't break contact exceedingly with the board. And if you were watching the World Cup, that's what they were calling Jack Besgrove for, was breaking contact with the board. And I talked to a couple of the guys after the meeting who, because this was a topic of conversation in the meeting about illegal pitches, and my answer was simple. Pitch from the board. Don't step in front of it.
Yep.
Don't step off to the side of it. Don't rock off of it. Pitch from the board.
The more you can stay on the board, the better off you are.
Yeah, you can hop. Everybody knows you can hop and everything else going forward, but just start from the board.
Yep.
Swing and a miss there. Jason Groh, designated player. Elsner back to the top of the shop on deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 5th. Right back to Onishi. Turns and flips to first. Nikolai Elsner.
Trying to find something positive on that.
He'll be happier than anybody to have seen a pitching change. Down on strikes twice to Yamawaki. Bleeder on the infield, waiting for it. Van Boekel up and over.
Call it a illegal pitch. Yes, he
Kevin
did.
made a call.
Yes, he did. Called an illegal pitch.
So I didn't see what he did. So Kevin, he's pointing at the foot again. And he's basically saying you got to stay in contact with the board, is what I got out of that from the footwork that he was showing. So Yamawaki, I think, has come out just to help with
the translation.
Yeah. So we've got Trevor Topping from Kitchener, Mati Raisavi from the Czech Republic, and 2 Japan players. I wonder what the common language might be there. But I was going to say this, Joe. It's good for both Yamawaki and Onishi here that they're here together.
Yeah.
Because obviously you can converse in your own language. You have somebody to pal around with.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine you and I sitting in a room in Tokyo at a fastball tournament.
Yeah.
We're not going to understand a single word.
No.
Called a strike on the outside corner. I'm watching the pivot foot of Onishi, and he stayed in contact with the board that pitch. And you can rock the foot up at the heel, which is what he's doing. Right there. That's fine. And he turned it, and this one clips Elsner. Or was it a foul ball off the knob of the bat? Must have been a foul ball.
Yeah.
It looked like it hit him, but
Yeah.
it was up and in. We'll see it here in the replay. Yeah. On the bat.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. So good pitch by Onishi for the second out of the inning, and Elsner, third time this afternoon, down on strikes. Ryuji Okawa. Now, they gave him the intentional walk, and new to the ISC, you do not have to throw the pitches this year for the intentional walk, adopted the WBSC rule. A little off speed and bends that one in for a strike on the outside corner. That had a lot of action on that pitch.
Real open stance there by Okawa.
And down low, too, which is something that you see from a lot of the Japan batters. Nobody does that better than Yusuke Morita. And we see him as he comes up out of that crouch, exploding into balls. And Yusuke's had a lot of home runs this year.
Toriyama, too.
Kazuya Toriyama, yeah, I don't think he's here this year, but he can hit the ball a ton.
But he also goes down a lot.
Yeah, he comes up into it. Three and one to Ryuji Okawa. I think, Joe, maybe they're just pitching around him a little bit here, too. The setup is outside, and that's where the pitch is, too. And I think that's a little bit of respect, if nothing else, for Okawa. His second walk of the afternoon. Pat Sagdal to the dish, an RBI single in the third through the 5.5 hole between short and third.
Nice breeze.
Just off the outside corner. Well, we saw it with Edgerton. I mean, he hit that ball well enough to get out, I think, on its own.
Yeah.
Certainly.
A little bit of wind.
Certainly assisted.
Yeah.
And a delayed steal, Ryuji, who got a good jump, and he saw that nobody was covering the bag. And that's some real heads-up base running, Joe.
Yeah.
That's a national team player right there.
That's a mental error, too, on Georgian Bay Giants.
Yeah, Van Boekel and Kiwajishig, and I think that's Van Boekel's ball on the left-handed batter. He's got to be breaking to the bag.
Long time to take that signal. Yeah.
Well, and you're allowed to go out and tot signals here. So Rishavi, and Bokel's going to get in on the act. And that's a permitted defensive conference. That does not count as their charged defensive conference. You're allowed one defensive conference per inning. That's it. Oh, look at the cue shot there. And what a defensive play by Wade Kiwajishi to make the adjustment. That ball took a 90-degree turn on the cue shot by Pat Sagnall. Watch the reaction here by Kiwajishi. He's breaking to his right, and then all of a sudden, oh, God, I got to go to the left.
Yeah, the ball spinned. Just changed direction.
And a good glove play to get Sagnall over at first. Top of the sixth, Joe Todd, and early is late now for the Georgian Bay Giants. Down to their final 6 outs. We got a pinch hitter here, Adam Buchner, another of the fine young players from Czechia.
Oh, they got to get something going here, you know. Top part of the order, Roland.
Well, it's been a tough go for those top three guys. 6 strikeouts between the three of them.
Yeah.
And you got to do something. So Troy
Yeah.
Barfoot will give way to Buchner. Barkman really has thrown well here, Joe.
Yes. Just a real clean one hitter. 8 strikeouts, 1 walk.
Called strike 3. The pinch hitter doesn't really make any difference, Joe.
No, he's
You got to get the bat off the shoulder there in that situation.
You got to get aggressive.
You've been watching the game. You know he's working the corners. You know you've got an umpire who calls the corners. Mac Mulvey at the plate, also known as Bonds, apparently, if you go by the back of the jersey.
Barry Bonds must have been his favorite player.
Another bleeder on the infield. And in and out of the glove at first base. Elsner. But Edgington couldn't pick that one up. And I don't know. I mean, I think this one was more of an error on Edgington here. But, Joe, you tell me what you see here on the replay. It's a low throw, but he's got to dig that up, I think.
Yeah.
Those two just really haven't been on the same page today. They've had a couple of tough plays out there. Métis Rishavi.
We'll get there.
Well, it's changed because we got Ricevi last
earlier.
Year,
yeah.
And you know, I'm going to go with what Jakob here has told me today. So we're going with Rishavi. Good hard cut, but fouls it into the screen. Just a reminder, Joe, coming up, it's the Seattle Dirt Dogs and STK. I know some of you were thinking it was Waterdown Hammer and AHI Reapers. Due to some delayed flights, the Reapers requested, and we got agreement from the Waterdown Hammer to move the game to tonight. STK and Seattle. This one well hit, deep left field, to the track, off the fence. And already, Joe, a candidate for the longest single of the week right there off the bat of Métis Rishavi.
Well, Moby really couldn't do too much because I think that he thought that the Walushka had a chance of catching that ball. So,
well, I mean, it's not far out of his grasp, but he kind of gave up on it last minute because he realized he wasn't going to get to it.
Yeah.
So a real long, loud single. Runners at first and second, one down. Kiwajishig, who can change the score with one swing.
Hit the ball hard twice.
In for a strike, and it's in and out of the glove of catcher Boston Pohl. Kiwajishig. Joe, one swing of the bat can put his team into the lead here.
Mm-hmm. Just a second base hit for the Georgian Bay Giants.
Strike on the outside corner, and that's been Barkman's favorite spot all day.
Way up in the count now, so Barkman's got a few pitches to play with. See if he can get Kiwajishig chasing.
Well, fouls that one straight back to the screen, swinging on the 0-2 count. Just misses downstairs from Tyson Barkman.
2 balls, 2 strikes. It's just 1 ball.
Yeah, 1 and 2.
Oh, just 1 and 2.
The signal there from Trevor Topping. Setups outside and can't get him to chase the rise ball up there. Outfield pretty much straight away. Pat Sagnall shaded maybe a bit over towards left. Inside and down, and a good at bat here by Wade Kiwajishig, Joe, as he's worked it from an 0-2 count to full.
Good hold there by Boston Pohl on that pitch that down the dirt, leaving those runners at first and second instead of second and third.
Inside, ball 4, a terrific at bat by Wade Kiwajishig to come all the way back and work a walk. Bases loaded. One down here in the 6th. The best look at the game for the Georgian Bay Giants. 5-batter Andrew Van Boekel to the plate. Sack bunt in the 2nd and grounded out to Edgington at 1st. That ended the 4th. First pitch swinging and for a strike.
Georgian Bay have to get some RBIs here.
Well, took something off of it, Joe, and elevated that pitch. And Van Boekel, one chasing up out of the zone, but 2 way out in front of it.
Yeah, he needs better plate discipline and lifted his head bad. I'd come back with the same pitch.
Well, they go outside. And that's a good take by Van Boekel. Chopper on the infield. They got to hurry to come to the plate. It's a good play out there by Ian Sagnall to come to Boston Pole to get a hard sliding Mac Mulvey. So still bases loaded. It's Van Boekel aboard on the fielder's choice. Aiden Yard. Ground out and reached on an error in the 5th. You don't need to go Yard here, Joe.
No.
You just need something on the green. And it's a lovely green out there, too, I might add, with the shaped lawn cutting.
Tyson with 86 pitches so far.
This one is well hit out to the left, but tracking that down is Darcy Walushka. Had a beat on it right from the get-go. Gave it a ride, but not far enough. Georgian Bay leave the bases full in the 6th. And Joe, they might come back to look at that one.
Yes.
Lacey A's still holding that 2-0 lead. Joe, bottom of the 6th inning, and Taiga Onishi has got to keep the door nailed shut here for Georgian Bay to have a chance in the bottom of the 7th.
Yes. Had a pretty clean inning, though. Just gave up the 1 walk. Did have a strikeout when he came in the 5th inning there. So, got to shut the door now. They want that last call chance.
Right back to the screen. That's a good hack by Christian Knight. Whatever he was looking for, Joe, he got it. He didn't miss it by much.
He wasn't going to get cheated.
No. And strike on the outside corner.
Trevor Topping's been out there on that corner all game, so been giving both pitchers that call.
Just a little further outside, can't get the call out there.
Good tease pitch there.
Yeah, couldn't get Christian Knight to go after that. Knight walked, reached second, and then got caught looking in the third. Both of those against Yuya Yamawaki.
Our Australia team coming in.
Southside Stingers. Second year in a row for an Aussie team to make the trip.
Glad to see them make that commitment.
Well, I think they saw the success that the Sydney Tropics had last year, and were quite inspired by that, from what I understand. And chases outside. Good pitch from Onishi to get Christian Knight to chase after it.
Second strikeout for Onishi.
Number 15, Edgington.
In for a strike to Edgington. Line shot to center, and then got some altitude into one, and it carried out of here. Just off the plate. You saw the setup outside.
That landing spot starting to get chewed up.
Well, that's always a concern at a men's fastball tournament. And I had the chat with Brad Walsh, who's the head of the host committee here, runs this beautiful Caswell Park facility. And he said, we put stuff down, we prepped for it, but he said this is brand new for us. And we're not sure how that part of it's going to go, but we've got a great grounds crew here, and I'm sure they do. We looked at the parks. We came in yesterday for a visit a couple of times, and first thing this morning when we got here, the grounds are in immaculate shape.
Yes.
They've prepared it well, and now it's just the maintenance.
Yep. And this is the first game of the tournament, too, so.
Straight back to the screen. Edgington, we talked about, was the top batter at that Bob Law tournament in Vancouver back in June. From the swings he's put on the ball today, you can see why.
Yeah.
Good stroke.
Got a free open swing.
Full count. And just off the plate, ball 4.
Second walk for Onishi in his second inning of work.
I've been impressed, Joe, with the discipline here that this Lacey A's team has showed at the plate as well. They have not chased a lot of bad pitches.
No. Well-experienced team. You can tell that their tournament experience has paid off.
Well, throw down, and getting back is Edgington. That one didn't have the usual zip on it. He was throwing to a spot, as they say in football. Kiwajishi had to run to get there. To third, to Sharamonte. Buckner stayed in at first base, too, in case you were wondering.
Good play by Chiramonte to kind of go to his backhand, pick that ball up.
2 down in the inning, and that will bring us to Boston Pole. Not Boston Pizza, Joe, Boston Pole. got that one, fouled it hard off the screen. All the fields have about a 3-foot base of padded foam from the dugout door all the way around to the other dugout door. Line right back up the middle by Pohl, getting the wave, and he'll score without a throw, or at least score easily, was Ben Edgington.
Big RBI by Pohl.
Yeah, that is huge.
The Giants threatened and left the bases loaded last inning, too.
So Pohl, the catcher, gets replaced by Darcy Walushka on the 2-out catcher replacement rule. That's mandatory here in the ISC. There's no option to decline it. We had a question this morning. What if my catcher is my fastest runner? What option do I have? I suggested putting him in center field. The coach wasn't really amused. Ian Sagnall at the dish. Ian reached on the air and scored in the third. Good jump over there at first. And we got a going call from the dugout, but just a bluff. Onishi gets Ian Sagnall to strike out to end the inning, but a big run on an RBI single by Boston Pohl has the Lacey A's out in front 3-0. It's last call for the Georgian Bay Giants. The first game. Ahead of myself here. The first game on the streaming ISC network for the World Tournament.
Let's talk about a local one-stop shop. Live Well for Life is just that, a fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web at livewellforlifeinc.com or give
Live Well for Life, a proud
Hayden Hellier to lead off for the Georgian Bay Giants here, top of the 7th inning.
Got to get something rolling.
Well, you need to bunch together 2-3 hits here in a row. Hayden Hellier, Cole McDougall, Enzo Sharamonte. 7, 8, 9 in the order for the Giants, the scheduled batters. Good rise ball from Tyson Barkman.
Barkman just giving up the 2 hits so far in the game. 9 strikeouts, 2 walks.
Good rise ball again on the outside corner. Offered at it. It got through the wickets. The throw is soft toss, but it was enough to get him. Good job by Boston Pole. No panic there.
No.
Just he calmly turned around and made a good throw to first. A lot of guys you'll see start to scramble for the ball and then rush the throw.
Well, especially with that safety bag in play in that situation, too. You have to throw the other side of the bag.
Well, you've got the option, right? Like if the defensive player moves over to the orange bag, then as the runner, you have to adjust.
Move over.
Yeah, but that's really only for a pass ball on the right side of the infield. That one was really in behind him, and his defensive player set up on the white bag.
Yeah.
McDougall pokes this one foul down the left side. See some members of the Townsend Tide team coming in. Townsend, Ontario, out near Jarvis in southern Ontario on the shores of Lake Erie.
They are very excited to be here.
I was just going to say, this is their first World Tournament.
They were.
Boy, they came in this morning, and you couldn't have met three guys more happier to be at the managers' meeting than the three guys they sent.
They were like a kid in the candy shop.
Yeah. Cole McDougall chases upstairs. No, they are really, I'm happy they're here.
Yeah.
And there's been a couple of teams. Walton Brewers did it last year. Sebringville Sting. Townsend doing it this year. Making the commitment to come and play in the ISC World Tournament.
Well, exactly where Georgian Bay was 3 years ago.
That's right. That's exactly right. I see Townsend's got a full uniform bat boy down there, too. Good for them. Just need to pick up the pace a little bit here. We were doing well, and we've hit a bit of a lull, it feels like. One down here in the top of the seventh inning. Cole McDougall's at the plate. The Georgian Bay Giants chasing three. Can't catch up to that one on the outside corner. It's been a great spot for Tyson Barkman all day long. Is that 11 now by my count? You agree? Good.
Yeah, done a great job.
Enzo Shiramonte, last hope here for the Georgian Bay Giants. Line shot and right at Ian Sagnall. That's the ball game, Joe Todd. Tyson Barkman, the story for the Lacey A's, shuts out the Georgian Bay Giants. A real good ball game for the Lacey A's. They get the big home run off the bat of Ben Edgington, and the Sagnall brothers do their job as well. Ian Sagnall reaches and scores a run. Ben Edgington, a couple of runs scored. Boston Pole, a big RBI. Thanks for being with us. The first stream game of the ISC World Tournament. We've got STK coming up with the Seattle Dirt Dogs in Game 2. Peter Labardius, myself, will be on that one. Joe, you're going to come back at the 6:30 game. We'll give you a game off. And then stay with us all afternoon and into the evening here on the ISC Network Softball Premier TV. Thanks for being with us. Called strike three, the outside corner. They weren't out of that. Yeah. High in the air, Viavazo comes to get it, and the Chiefs are back to the top of the mountain. The gloves fly. The celebration is underway.